Some time ago, one of my viewers asked me to show how to change the 3D logo style directly in Bambu Studio. I thought that was a great idea for a video, and I promised to make it a priority. However, I got busy with other things in my life and I frankly forgot all about it. But here it is. And the good news is that manipulating logos in Bambu Studio is much easier than you might think. In this video, I will use Bambu Studio to show you how to turn your logo image file into a 3D printable logo. Then I will show you how to add the logo to your design in a different color as an embedded logo. Next, I will show you how to change that embedded logo into a debossed logo, or engraved if you prefer that term. Then I'm going to make another change, taking that debossed logo and make it into an embossed or raised logo. And finally, and for this one, you want to stick around to the end to see this, an amazing feature that may make all the other methods obsolete. So let's get right into making a 3D logo file. I made my logo in PowerPoint and I saved it as an SVG file. I have Bambu Studio open and I have my logo file ready. Now I simply drag the file onto the Bambu print plate. This logo is too large, so I want to resize it. Notice something else. My circle is not perfectly round, as the X and Y sizes are slightly different. Here's how to fix all of that. First, make sure the uniform scale is turned off. Then set both the X and the Y size to 40 millimeter and the set size to 2.5 millimeter. Select the logo, right click and select center. Let's take a look at what we have now. Click on the Objects tab. Quite a mess. My logo consists of a whopping 22 parts. That's not manageable. But it's very easy to fix, as I've shown you in a previous video. Select the logo object, right click and select Export as one STL, and then choose a file name. I'll call mine Logo Test. So now I have two files, an SVG and an STL file. I don't need the SVG file on the build plate any longer. So I select it and then press delete. Let's take a look at the result. Import or drag the SVG file onto the build plate. Perfect. Those 22 parts are now consolidated into one logo part. It's time to put this logo file to use. I will make a very simple cube to simulate your design that needs a logo. I will size it 50 by 50 by 25 millimeters. I will change the color of this cube to white by selecting my white filament from the AMS. And now we will put our logo on this cube. Right-click the cube and choose Add Part and Load. Select the new STL file. It will load on the build plate next to the cube. I want the logo itself blue, so I choose that object and select the blue filament from my AMS. I still have to get the logo positioned on the cube. There are several ways to do that. The easiest way is to flip it over and place it upside down at the center bottom of the cube. So select the logo and use the rotate tool to flip it 180 degrees. Now simply center the part so both the cube and the logo share the same center. Let's flip the whole thing over to see the results. Use the Lay on Face tool. You might have noticed that this tool was not available for the logo, and the reason is, of course, that the logo is now part of the cube. And here's a weird anomaly. You do not see the logo clearly as the app seems to blend the colors. I don't know why, but I do know it's very easy to correct. If the logo is raised ever so slightly, even 1/100th of a millimeter, the logo is very crisp. I am finally getting to the answer of my viewer's question, namely how to change logos. It's incredibly easy. Let's start by changing our new logo to a debossed or engraved logo. Select the logo object, right-click, and select Change Type. Then choose negative part. That's it. No joke, that's all you have to do. It's difficult to see the engraved result, so let me slice the design and show you that indeed we do have an engraved logo. The next change is just as easy. This time I want an embossed or erased logo. Let's go back to the Prepare page and just hit Ctrl-0 for the normal view. Just like before, select the logo object and right-click. Select Change Type and, you guessed it, choose Part. Now to raise the logo, I select the logo object and I use the Move tool. I will raise the logo 2 millimeters for a total here of 25.76. When I zoom in here, you can easily see the result. I promised to show you an amazing improvement Bambu made in their Studio app. I don't know exactly when this change was made, as I only discovered it by making this video. But I was blown away. If you are adding logos or any other images to your 3D prints, I recommend you learn this way. What I'm about to show you makes image manipulations in Bambu Studio much easier and versatile. In addition to all the things I just showed you, adding logos to odd-shaped and curved surfaces is now possible. In fact, if you're familiar with the Bambu Studio text tool, you will find that this method is very similar. Let's get right to it. Here I have loaded one of my 3D tool designs. I will have a video on this item very soon. Notice how I already added a text with my YouTube brand. I want to add my normal logo right here. Before continuing, let me add a quick comment on printing logos. For a long time, I was using a 0.6 millimeter nozzle in my printer to speed up printing. That nozzle size does not print complex logos too well, so I use text for many of my designs. I have since upgraded to a high flow 0.4 nozzle, and logos should print fine. This video is not about print specifics, but I wanted you to be aware of potential print issues with fancy images. Back to the tool. Right-click the tool. Again, select Add Part, but this time choose the bottom item, which is SVG. Simply select the original SVG image file. It pops up immediately, complete with a sizing menu. I will set the depth to 0.6 millimeter, which is 3 layers. Click in or tab to the size block and set 30 millimeters. Make sure you check the Use Surface box. As you see, it's set for join operation, which is basically an embossed or raised logo. Let me move the tool around a little bit as the menu is blocking my view. See the tiny yellow square in the center of the logo? That square is used to drag the logo to where you want it. This looks good. Click your cursor outside the logo and you're done. You have a raised logo wrapping around a curved surface. To change this to a debossed or engraved logo is very easy. Hit Ctrl-Z and the menu reappears. This time, select Cut. The logo immediately changes to an engraved type. It's just as simple to make it an embedded or flush type by choosing Modifier. In this mode, the color is a faint yellow, but probably for the same reason as before, where the colors are blending. We can slice the model and verify we get the desired result. As you can see, it prints in the desired blue color. I am pretty sure I'm going to start using this method going forward. It's not only easier than the previous method, it's actually easier than adding logos in your own CAD program. I know that Bambu gets a lot of flack on YouTube for the way they control their software, but for me, they just seem to make life easier by the day with constant improvements. I hope this video was of value to you. Please do leave a comment if I missed something or if you have anything to add. Thanks for watching.